Chandu and Raja Chakor, abridged from Indian folk tales Anupalal. A thief as clever as Chandu there never was. It became so easy for him to rob that he decided to move to the neighboring kingdom. He had heard there were no thieves at all in this kingdom. Raja Chakor, the king of that land, was so just and brave that thieves there were either in jail or had given up their profession. Chandu rode to Raja Chakor's kingdom. He met a trader named Teliram riding in the same direction. Chandu seemed friendly, so when he was a thief, Teliram was terrified. Poor Chad answered it. Chandu had the ability to understand and he asked. Chandu smiled and said,
"Chandu might be a thief, friend."
The trader let out a sigh. As they continued on their journey, Chandu told Teliram his motive going to Raja Chakor's kingdom. He asked Teliram to keep this secret. But once they reached the kingdom, Teliram hurried to the king, told him about Chandu. Chandu had expected this. Disguising himself, he slipped through the city. Raja Chakor had decided to patrol the streets himself, that also in disguise. Chandu mistook the disguised king for a guard and at knife point asked him to disclose his identity.
"I am no guard,"
said the quick-witted king softly.
"I'm a thief. If I can judge famous thief Chandu, my days of prosperity might return."
Chandu introduced himself and agreed to let the disguised king join him. They decided to the richest merchant. Peeping through a window, they saw the merchant poring over his accounts. Piles of gold and coins lay before him, but he was mourning over the single paisa. Chandu decided not to rob the merchant because a rich man like that would die of grief. King was surprised by Chandu's strange kindness. Next, Chandu and the killer's house had many valuables. But as they were leaving, Chandu knocked over a container with white powdery substance. Chandu tasted it. It was salt. Chandu put down the sack of valuables and left. He told the king that he could not lace once he had eaten a particle of salt in that person's. The disguised king offered to take Chandu to the palace through a secret passage. But when the two entered the king's chamber, the king's two dogs talked, and Chandu understood that he was with the king.
"Your Majesty,"
Chandu said,
"you have honored me. Do as you like with."
The king said he was impressed with Chandu. He asked him to give up his life of crime.
"Great king, your gracious words have stolen my heart,"
said Chandu.
"I will be your faithful servant."
Chandu lived the rest of his life as the most faithful and brilliant of king's advisors.